Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Today I want to showcase the tunnel that was used in the movie Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. I'm currently in South Dayton, New York, and I am standing along the New York and Lake Erie Railroad. And so I guess we'll start exploring the old tunnel right now. For anyone who might be worried, there's no trains today. They had an excursion train yesterday, and that was it. That was a Halloween fall festival train, so there's nothing to really worry about. But anyway, let's get into it. Alright, so as I just explained, this is the tunnel used in the movie Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. This is where the Erie, coming from Buffalo, crossed over the Erie coming from Dunkirk, New York. And the Dunkirk line runs underneath the Erie-Buffalo line. And so I guess let's start exploring it and checking it out. So I'm sure I'm gonna assume everyone who's watching this video has probably seen the movie Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. But if you haven't, that movie stars, what's his name? John Candy, one of my favorite actors from the 80s. Just a super funny guy. But here it is. And then this is looking towards Gowanda. And then this is looking towards Dayton. And for railroad buffs, I'm sure everyone who's been here knows what power they use. They have two Elco FAs, and then they have an old Elco Century high hood, and they also have an Elco, I think it's an S4 or an S2, I can't remember. I haven't been down there in a while, but that's what they use for their excursions. They mainly use the Elco, the FAs, but yeah, here's the tunnel. Look at the stonework in here. It's like a work of art. Another super impressive feature of the line here is this super impressive curve as you come out of the tunnel. And there's a crossing right ahead, so there's a whistle post right there. I guess I missed the color changing of the leaves because it's already past peak here in western New York. But no matter what, it always looks beautiful in the southern tier New York, western New York area. So I guess we'll go up top and check out the Erie Buffalo line and see how it looks from up there. I think this would be a great spot to film if a train was coming through. You get the perfect angle of the train coming through the tunnel, plus you get the exhaust note of the engines chugging past. Those old Elcos, they sound amazing. So anyway, let's continue our trek up the hill. I'm currently standing on top of the portal of the tunnel, as you can see, and we've still got quite a ways to go up to the top of the other railroad bed. Alrighty, so here we are, we're at the top. This is looking towards Dayton once again. There's an old crossing up there. The tracks up here were torn out about 30 years ago. But here's the old bed once again. And then here's a pretty cool shot looking back towards Gowanda yet again. Now, if you ask me, it's great to see an old tunnel like this being preserved. I'm a huge advocate for railroad preservation, or really any industrial equipment and stuff like that to be preserved. So I think this is really good to see the tunnel being taken care of. And as you can see, they just cut down all this brush over here to keep any tree roots from growing through the top of the tunnel, because I could see that the mortar is already falling out of the tunnel. So it's just great to see it being preserved the way it is. And yeah, so I think that's really all I'm going to explore up here. But I'll walk the line a little bit, as they say, and show you guys some other stuff around here. So I'll be right back. All right, let's continue our trek through the tunnel. So back to the locomotives. So I believe that the locomotive that they used in the movie was Elko. I think it was a C424. I know I'm probably wrong. I cannot remember. I think it was I know it was a Century series. It was a high hood. It was C424. I think it was 1013. And it's a former Long Island Railroad commuter locomotive. An old Elko. For those who don't know what Elko is, it's an American Locomotive Company. But the New York and Lake Erie hosts all kinds of excursions pulled by classic Elko locomotives. And so if you ever make it down this way to the southern tier, or really western New York in general, I definitely recommend checking out the New York and Lake Erie Railroad. They got some pretty cool old power that they still use. And yeah. So now we're exiting the tunnel yet again. We'll take one last look at it, and then we'll head down the line a little bit. But here's one last look at the tunnel, so I'm not getting too repetitive here, and we'll head down the line. It's a great day for a little walk down the old Erie. Alright, we're heading towards one of the crossings now. I think that'll be one of my stopping points, and I think I'll end the video up there. I always like seeing traditional crossbucks every now and then. Alright, we made it to the crossing. That's where you started, down there. And like that, without further ado, I hope that this video was somewhat entertaining or enjoyable for you guys. I know it really wasn't much. I haven't done one of these kind of, walk around, talk to the camera type videos in a while, so I hope this was kind of cool to see. It's a piece of railroad history, and I thought I would share it with everyone, so thanks for watching.